Welcome back to Memory Lane Media, where the echoes of the past still speak softly to the heart. Today, we revisit a deeply moving chapter of American life, a story not just of hardship and resilience, but of quiet love, unshakable sisterhood, and a spirit that glowed, even in darkness. This is the story of Mary Amelia Ingalls, the gentle soul behind the pages of Little House on the Prairie. It was a cold morning, January 10, 1865, when Mary Ingalls was born in a humble log cabin in Pepin County, Wisconsin. Her parents, Charles and Caroline Ingalls, welcomed their firstborn with hope and tenderness, never knowing that her life would one day live on through the pages written by her younger sister, Laura. To them, she was just Mary, sweet, bright, curious Mary. As she grew, Mary proved to be gentle and intelligent. She loved poetry, embroidery, and reading by the firelight. Her world was filled with color and warmth. Long afternoons on the prairie, shared secrets with her sisters Laura, Carrie, and Grace, and the loving routines of a pioneer home. But everything changed in the summer of 1879. At the age of 14, Mary fell gravely ill. She burned with fever for days. When the sickness finally passed, something worse remained. Mary opened her eyes and whispered with a trembling voice, "I can't see." The illness, possibly meningitis or scarlet fever, though historians still debate, had taken her sight forever. For a young girl who loved to read, the darkness wasn't just physical. It stole a part of her identity. But from that loss came something radiant. Laura, Mary's spirited younger sister, became her eyes. She described every sunset, every dress, every page. She read aloud each night, walked with Mary across uneven ground, and shared her own vision of the world. Their bond, already strong, grew into something unbreakable. Mary refused to be defined by what she had lost. In 1881, she enrolled in the Iowa College for the Blind. Over 7 years, she studied literature, mathematics, science, music, and practical skills like knitting and broom making. She worked not just with her hands, but with unwavering determination. Mary became a woman of strength, grace, and quiet wisdom. After graduating in 1889, she returned to De Smet, South Dakota. There, she rejoined her family and embraced a life of simplicity. She played music, sewed, and continued learning through Braille. A man once proposed to her, but Mary chose a peaceful, independent life at home by her mother's side. When her father passed in 1902, Caroline sold the house to Mary for just $1, not for the money, but as a symbolic gift of trust, stability, and love. Mary now lived in the home that had always been her sanctuary. The years that followed were quiet and content. Mary never sought attention, but her presence brought calm to those around her. She was the steady heartbeat of a family that had weathered so much together, but fate was not done testing her. In 1924, her beloved mother passed away. It was a deep loss, one that changed the rhythm of Mary's life. Grace, her younger sister, and her husband moved in to help. Carrie visited often. The three sisters clung together, leaning on each other just as they had in childhood. By the winter of 1928, Mary had gone to stay with Carrie in Keystone, South Dakota. There, after a fall and a sudden stroke, her fragile health gave way. On October 27, 1928, Mary passed away peacefully at the age of 63. Her body was returned to De Smet, where she was laid to rest beside her parents, beneath the open skies of the prairie she had once known so well. Though Mary's name was often overshadowed by Laura's fame, her legacy was no less powerful. She was the soul of the Ingalls family, a symbol of gentleness, quiet courage, and unyielding spirit. She never wrote a single book, but her life became one. Through the pages of Little House on the Prairie, readers didn't just discover the American frontier. They discovered Mary, the sister who walked in darkness yet shone from within. The sister whose grace taught Laura how to see the world with more than just eyes. Thank you for joining us today on Memory Lane Media, where we honor not just the famous, but the quietly extraordinary. If Mary's story touched your heart, please share this video. Let her light continue to shine. And remember, sometimes the ones who are least remembered are the ones we should never forget.